Welcome back, everyone. Tonight's story starts with something so unbelievable, so absurd that when I first heard it, I genuinely thought it was satire.
Very real. And if you stay with us until the end, you're going to see the twist pin, the part that even Hollywood writers would call too unrealistic.
No.
Okay, hit that like button if you're ready, and let's dive in with Ray. This one gets wild.
Breaking news. Donald Trump just discovered a new national security threat. Not Russia, not China, not even windmills. No, it's the International Criminal Court because they might investigate him. And his response? Threatened sanctions like he's negotiating the price of a cheeseburger. Buckle up. If you ever needed a perfect example of how absurd global politics can get under Donald Trump, here it is. The United States, yes, the world's most powerful democracy, threatening the International Criminal Court unless the ICC promises not to prosecute Donald J. Trump. Let me repeat that. The former president of the United States actually wanted the ICC to sign a no investigation contract. As if international law works like a gym membership you can cancel anytime. Most people fear things like taxes, heartbreak, or flying. Trump fears jurisdiction. Honestly, this man treats the rule of law the same way he treats vegetables. Avoid at all costs.
So just to be clear, the ICC prosecutes war crimes and crimes against humanity, and Trump's first reaction is, hey, don't look at me. That's not suspicious at all.
Exactly. When ICC investigations started drifting near areas involving U.S. actions and certain allies, the Trump administration didn't respond with diplomacy, legal arguments, or cooperation. Adult strategies. No, they went straight to the classic Trump playbook: threaten, demand, escalate, deny responsibility. The message was simple. If you don't promise not to investigate me, I'll sanction you harder than a Walmart employee catching you scanning the wrong barcode. This isn't foreign policy. This is a tantrum with official letterhead. The ICC investigates genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity, the worst offenses on earth. It holds powerful people accountable. That's literally its job. But apparently Trump assumed the ICC should function like one of his golf clubs. Exclusive, expensive, and definitely not allowed to discipline him. So Washington demanded two things: a written commitment that Donald Trump would never be prosecuted, and amendments to the Rome Statute, yes, the founding treaty of the ICC, to ensure permanent immunity for Trump and his associates. Imagine walking into a courtroom and telling the judge, listen, before we begin, I need you to rewrite the entire legal system so I always win. Trump didn't just want immunity, he wanted prepaid, lifetime, VIP immunity, complete with a do not disturb sign for international law.
Honestly, it's bold. Most people try to follow the law. Trump just tries to edit it.
Bold is one word, delusional is another. Because here's the irony. Trump has spent years branding himself the law and order president. Law and order for everyone else, apparently. For him, the slogan becomes law and order. Unless it inconveniences me, then we change the rules. If you're truly innocent, would you ever demand the world's top criminal court promise not to investigate you? Most people don't even ask their dentist for that level of reassurance. In a normal administration, international diplomacy is based on strategy, alliances, and national interest. Under Trump, it was based on whichever emotion he felt before breakfast. Happy. Everything is tremendous. Irritated. Someone gets sanctioned. Angry. Global institutions get threatened. Hungry. Someone schedules a meeting at Mar-a-Lago. And this ICC episode was peak Trump logic. He acted like the ICC is not a multilateral judicial body, but a misbehaving employee who forgot to iron his pants. He essentially told them, promise you won't touch me or else. That is not how international law works. That's barely how toddlers work.
At this rate, Trump's foreign policy doctrine could be summarized as rules are suggestions, consequences are optional, and everything is negotiable except my ego.
Beautifully said. Because the truth is, this entire conflict with the ICC isn't about national security, sovereignty, or American strength. It's about one man's fear of accountability. If the ICC were investigating someone else, Trump would probably encourage them. He might even tweet it. But when the spotlight turns toward him, suddenly it's unfair, illegal, political, and a witch hunt, which is what Trump calls anything that involves paperwork. Here's the funniest or saddest part. The ICC didn't even say they were prosecuting Trump. They didn't file charges. They didn't announce an investigation into his personal actions. But Trump reacted like someone who hears sirens behind them and suddenly remembers they forgot to renew their license 2 years ago. Instead of calmly engaging, the administration threatened to freeze ICC officials' assets, ban their travel, restrict their funding, and basically treat an international court like a geopolitical punching bag. It's one thing to disagree with an institution, it's another to tell that institution, rewrite your founding laws so I can sleep better. This isn't diplomacy, this is self-preservation disguised as patriotism. But apparently that justice should stop at his front door. He talks endlessly about American strength, yet this entire situation radiates insecurity because confident leaders don't beg for immunity. Innocent leaders don't fear courts. Stable leaders don't try to bully an institution designed to prosecute atrocities. When Trump pressures the ICC to exempt him forever, it sends one message. I'm terrified of what an investigation might find. And let's be real, if you're truly clean, you don't demand the deletion of the entire washing machine. In the end, this saga is the perfect symbol of the Trump era. Global diplomacy treated like a business negotiation, international law treated like an inconvenience, accountability treated like a personal attack, and Trump treating everything like an episode of his own reality show. The world watched a U.S. president try to intimidate the ICC, not because America was threatened, but because he was. It wasn't strength, it wasn't strategy, it wasn't leadership, it was fear wrapped in bravado, sprinkled with chaos, and delivered in all caps on official letterhead.